What's going on, YouTube? Yeah, I got a couple minutes here before I get ready to go to work. Oh, good afternoon, YouTube. It is afternoon time, yeah. Getting ready to go on head to the job, but just wanted to come to you today to talk to, my fellas, my guys out there. And what I really want to talk about, is getting under that mentality that we have to be the strong, solid type. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, we put on that face and everything like that for our families and stuff, but we all know deep down inside, man, sometimes we just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We be having built up frustrations and bad vibes and stuff going on with us, and we just don't, get that out. So that's one thing I know for myself, that what I want to do going in, being already 2 months into this year, is to, reach out to more fellas, because, speaking to somebody who understands the situation you're in and what you're going through, it can help you get a better grasp of the situation sometimes. Like I think about my wife, for instance, if she ever have problems or issues, I know she have at least 4 or 5 homegirls she can just pick up the phone and call and, vent that stuff out. And I ain't saying, us fellas don't have that outlet or outreach like that, but I mean, we just don't reach out, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't speaking for everybody. I know some of us probably good at it, some of us probably had issues where we had to reach out and it just became a habit, but like, you don't really see too many guys reaching out to other guys for, advice or issues. It's more like, well, shit, I got into it, I handled it myself. And that's how we was raised up thinking, but like, as you get older, you see it wears on you. And I think one thing we need to do as fellas is, interact with other guys more, have that fellowship going on. And, whether it's guys from your workplace, your place of worship, lifelong friends, we just need somebody who we can get to on that level, to where any issues we having or any concerns we might have, we have somebody who we can turn to and express those concerns, thoughts, and feelings with. Like, I know for the longest, I used to sit around thinking, well, hell, ain't nobody gonna know my problems like me but me, cause they my problems. But if you really look at the situation, a lot of things we as men go through, a lot of other men are going through it too. So that could be a common bond for to speak with each other, and if anything, at the least get that frustration, built up anxiety or whatever it may be, have a chance to express it and let it out. Because keeping that stuff on the inside, that can lead to health issues, stress, high blood pressure, who knows what, just from keeping stuff built in, not having that vent mechanism to let all that out. And I know, like I said earlier, I'm guilty of it myself. And that's kind of the reason, I did turn to YouTube. Because it's a way where if I'm thinking about something or something laying on my head, I at least got a way to express it. And who knows, maybe with me expressing it, it might reach somebody else out there. And which ain't no bad thing, but like I say, everybody have issues or, problems or situations that's not specific to one person. Just because it might be happening to you don't mean it's not happening to nobody else. Just nobody probably hasn't spoke on it yet. And that's what I realized, like when it came to men and building like, an outside bond or brotherhood, like, you typically don't do it too much. I guess I'm saying, like, men don't make friends once they get past a certain age. We'll have work associates or, people we cool with, but like having that deep friendship to where, you can pick up the phone and call, somebody and discuss an issue. You know what I'm saying? Something that be weighing heavy on your heart. And you just might need another perspective that sees things the way you see it to relay it to. And this is no, diss to those wives out there or girlfriends or significant others, because I talk to my wife all the time about issues and stuff that's going on with me. But it's one thing to talk to somebody for, like emotional support, and which is what I do, I get that emotional side of things from my wife. She's very good at it, and I will talk to her about anything and everything. But when it comes to like talking for action, not saying you want somebody else to make your action plan for you, but you want to get an idea, of what actions you can use or what actions you can go through, then speaking to that wife or girlfriend or significant other might not be the route to go, because they might not have experience or in dealing with, whatever it is that you might be dealing with. That's why it's always good to turn to a male perspective. And like speaking for myself, like I'm the kind of open to talking to all kinds of people, because I don't want to limit my horizon to just one group, or one group that I feel all inclusive in. I like to step across boundaries to find out why this person doesn't agree with some of the same ideas or thoughts that I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you're expanding your understanding of the people and the people around you. So I mean, which, there's nothing wrong with having a brotherhood with somebody who doesn't see things the same way you do, because it is okay, to disagree, because that makes for even, better conversation. And that's another thing, just have a regular conversation with fellas. Like, you meet somebody at work and they're cool, or, you see that, they're a person you can talk to, and, they interact with you. I mean, try and build a friendship with that person, because you can take that friendship outside of the job, where there you can talk about more, other issues. Like for me, like when I'm on the job, I never talk about sex, religion, or politics on the job. And that's just my personal rule, because if I want to befriend somebody, I don't want to befriend them because, like I said earlier, they share the same values that I do. I want to befriend them because they're actually good people. And it's like in today's society, like people only want to be friends with people who see things the way they do, which is nothing wrong with that. But like I say, I want to expand my horizon on the world and on people. So for me to do that, I will strike up a conversation with somebody who's a different ethnicity or, race other than me. And if it's a genuine friendship, then like I said, of course, like if it's developed in the workplace, yeah, I won't talk about religion, sex, or politics. But if that association develops into that type of friendship where I can talk to that person, then yeah, outside of the job, I'll be more than happy to talk to a person like that, because I feel like if you try to talk about stuff like that at the job place, then if you are friends with the person that don't see eye to eye, and let's say y'all having a conversation about that, then somebody who's not in the know of what y'all two talking about can, jump in, take sides, and ruin the whole vibe of a conversation y'all having. So as far as talking about things like that at the workplace, nah, I don't do that. But if you want to, go watch a ball game or I'm cooking now, you want to come over and talk. That's the kind of friendship I believe men need to start developing more. Genuine male bondage. I won't go so far as to call it a bromance like they used to call it back in the day, well, early 2000s, but I mean, it's kind of a similar concept, just that, that guy, friend, compadre, that's a listening ear that sees things the way you do. And I mean, even in today's societies, it might be having that male counterpart friend. Some might view it as, quote unquote, gay or homosexual, but I mean, call it what it is. We men need to bond with other men because it's stressful out here. So you have to have that conversation with somebody who sees the world the way you do. Now, if you start to vet, I ain't saying you have to go out there and make friends with everybody you see. I mean, you can be strategic in who you want to, try and build that friendship with or that bond. Like me, I have friends I've known over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Those are like those backbone friends, ones you can depend on. And they are good to have as well because they've grown up with you. They know some of the struggles you've been through, and they're kind of have an understanding of what you have. But as we get older and as we progress in our lives, our careers, our families, you have to reach out and rub shoulders, so to say, with people from different experiences, because those people you grow up with, they might not have those same experiences that you do. So you have to broaden that horizon and meet more people so that you have different brains to pick from. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's one of the things that I've been seeing. Like, I know for a fact I need to do more, and I'm trying to do more. Reach out and just stop being so closed-minded as to people and their people and their ideas that don't align with mine. Because I'm at the point now to where I need to broaden my horizon on world views, world issues, more than what I'm already into. I pick up what I pick from the news and from the periodicals and newspapers and stuff like that, but actually getting to talk to somebody and kind of figure out the way how they think, why they think, that's more informative than looking at the issues that's going on and trying to figure out the reasoning for yourself. Talk to those people you don't agree with. At first it might be tense, but you can make the situation less tense. Invite them over for, like I say, like ball games, invite them over for a ball game, watch football, baseball, basketball, whatever y'all like. Throw something on the grill, just, have it like a conversation. Invite the family over. Let the wives intermingle. If y'all got kids together, let the kids know the kids. It's good to build like a family atmosphere outside the family, because you never know when you need to depend, on this other fella, or he might need to reach a hand out for you. And if y'all have built a relationship and your family have built a relationship, then, that definitely goes a long way. So, I mean, basically saying, fellas, like, build that male-to-male bonding, like that's what you call male-to-male bonding, and find somebody to talk to and be your friend. Like I say, my wife, she get calls all times of the day. I probably get 1 or 2 calls a day on my phone. It might be related to work, if that. I might be my father. You know what I'm saying? But like, it makes me realize why when I hear the athletes talk and say the thing they're gonna miss the most is like the camaraderie, in the locker room. Because you gotta think about it. These are athletes who spend pretty much majority of their lives training to get to this pinnacle of where they're at, and can't nobody understand them or have that same outlook on life except possibly another athlete who's been in that same routine, situation, process that they've been in. So now they have a common bond that they can talk to. And I mean, if you ever hear like athletes when they're retiring, they say 9 times out of 10, yeah, they missed the game a little bit, but what they most is being in the locker room, you know, amongst their peers. So, you know, even high-paying, high-profile athletes, I bet you they have, you know, that male-to-male bonding they can talk to. So even, you know, even people with money, they have to have that vent mechanism to get things off their head, get things off their chest. And that, you know, even down to us regular fellas, like, we have to have somebody to talk to, or that's why you see people having mental breakdowns or just, what they call it now, crashing out, you know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff build up in you. So, you know, fellas, for the 2025, you know, I challenge you, and to if you don't have at least one male compadre or a person you can talk to, you know, to vent that male side of you out, you know, the thing that bothers you as a man, you know, I challenge you to find at least one. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, if you're looking at this and you know your man is the type, he comes home, and think about it like this, like 9 times out of 10, when a man comes home, he probably gonna spend 5, 10, 15, probably even 20 minutes in the car, in the driveway, before he even come in the house. And now, you know, sometimes he might be sneaking a little fast food or something, but a lot of times, it's like them extra minutes he's sitting in that car, it's like a decompression. You know what I'm saying? You're letting the stress of the day's activities are going on. You know, you decompressing from it. You know, you're letting it all go before you step into the house. But I mean, even with letting it go, you might have letting it go, but you probably ain't forgot about it. Or it's probably still on your mind. You just being that strong, silent type, like I said earlier, to go inside and put on that front for your family. But it still bothers you. That's why, you know, sometimes you gotta take a day for yourself after work. If you do happen to have that male partner or buddy, companion, I mean, shit, if y'all need to go to a bar or something, grab a drink before you go home, if that's your thing, do that. You know, just find something to do, even hobbies. I tell my wife all the time I need to find a hobby, because, like, even with hobbies, you can find people of like mind and get together doing that hobby, and that hobby can lead to a friendship. So, all in all, I'm just saying, fellas, we need to find more male to male bonding opportunities on, you know, that friendship level, to where you can have somebody to vent to, or, you know, express different ideas about different situations that we as men deal with. You know, throw race, ethnicity, background. I mean, I advise you, throw all that out the window and just meet a genuine person, you know what I'm saying? And see if y'all can develop a genuine bond. And then later on down the line, you know, if y'all want to discuss y'all reasons on race or politics or whatever like that, you know, be more than welcome to it. But just building that genuine male friendship and bond, that can go a long way. And ladies, like, if you see this video, if you see, you know, your man like have a lot going on, encourage them to go out and, you know, go to a bar, or, you know, try and find them a hobby that they might be interested. Like, if they're interested in cars, you know what I'm saying? See if you can find them like a car group that they might be able to get into, or you know, I know I'm 41 and I still play video games sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's another way of release. But, you know, see if it might be a video game club, or, you know, just something that they can get out the house and have real life interaction amongst, you know, their peers. So, you know, that's what I wanted to bring you today. That's something that I see going on a lot. We need to talk more. We need to talk more. We need to interact with other men. We need to get all of this built up frustration and pressure, out of our mind, so that we can live a healthier life for those we busting our butts for. You know what I'm saying? Too many of us dying of stress-related heart disease, stress, different complications like that. If you learn to, let some of that stuff go, start having all that built up stuff, you can let your shoulder down a little bit and breathe some. So, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And I want to appreciate y'all. I did reach my 20th subscriber. So now that I reached 20, I'm on my way to 40. It may not be the numbers that I'm looking for, but hey, celebrate small successes. That way you stay motivated, don't get burned out, you keep going. So until next time, YouTube, get ready to head to this job. I'll see y'all later.